Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and content creators, and we have another HCS report for you where today we're going to be talking about all about APG. I want to apologize in advance. I know this video probably came out maybe like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I have been sick over the last few days, so haven't really been feeling myself making a video. However, this probably still was new information for you guys. And on top of that, we're gonna do a little theory crafting on top of this. But as some of you guys may know, APG has announced that he actually has found a team, and he's so close to putting it into paper. Instead of me just blabbering about it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you listen to it out of his own mouth. We'll play this quick clip that I actually clipped from his stream.
This isn't going to be anything to really make you guys happy, but it's something. You know, it's better than nothing. But I have a team. I have an org with the team. It's getting closer to pen on paper, or you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's getting closer to me signing. Like, so the terms are being drawn up, or like they're being agreed to, deliverables on both sides. So like you heard me saying before, like if I keep playing, like the money's got to be right and whatnot. So the money is looking like it's gonna be right. So but yeah. It's not 100% until
it's close enough.
Well, no, I'm just gonna say it's not 100% until until it's actually like contractually obliged, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're
of course.
As soon as like I'm not gonna say anything's 100% until
ink needs to dry,
yeah,
or it's not truly 100%, but
exactly.
It's 99. It's pretty close.
Until pen to paper, I'm not gonna say something is 100%, but it's verbally, I'd say it's 100%.
So a few things that I actually got from that clip that stand out to me. Number one, he's already actually found a team, which is pretty crazy considering he wasn't dropped all that long ago, right before heading over to Japan. He actually did make us aware that he did know before he headed out over toward Japan, but didn't want to really talk about it or make a big deal about it. Wanted to really enjoy his vacation. So already has found a team. Number two is that when he talked about what team he'd want to join, he always mentioned that he would want to join a legitimate contender. And the last thing he wanted to do was end his career dropping all the way down to like a top 16 or a top 12 team. He wanted to be a legit contender. So to me, that tells me that whatever this team is has a floor of literally top 6 and maybe has the opportunity to upset somebody in the top 3, which, to be honest with you, not that many teams out there, so we're going to talk about that real soon. And obviously, talking about the fact that the money has to be right. I mean, the man's a world champion, has really big plans for his future, so the money kind of can't be funny. And I think finally, what really stood out to me personally is that the pen isn't exactly on paper. It's not 100%, but as far as verbally, as far as the deliverables, they've already talked about. So the meat and potatoes of the contract are probably already ironed out. Maybe having his lawyer look over some of the more fine print stuff, really going over with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that everything makes sense on both sides, and we should be good. So I would say, like he said, not 100%, but 95%, maybe even more than that done, as pretty much terms have been agreed to verbally. This gives us a fantastic opportunity to kind of theory craft on where he could potentially go to, because we kind of talked about the fact that there's not many teams that are going to really kind of check off all his criteria of what he's looking for. So let's kind of talk about where he could potentially go. Number one, obviously, not going to Optic Gaming. Obviously, he was formerly of that team and was recently dropped from that roster as a professional player. So we're going to take Optic off the table. Space Station Gaming, they do have a roster spot available after Penguin has separated with the team, so that could legitimately be an area, a place we would go. I'm not sold on SSG as an option. I'm gonna say it's a possibility, but as far as the probability, for some reason, it's just not passing the smell test for me. I really believe that SSG might be going after a player like Legend, for example, outside of North American talent. But I think Legend really deserves a chance on a top roster, and I would love to see what he could do with Space Station Gaming. Native Gaming are in a weird situation because obviously Native Gaming have money. They were literally funding 2 different teams, and they just recently dropped both of those teams. So we've talked about, the idea of McWin and even Native Gaming hinting at a potential Renegades reunion, so we can see a situation where you have like a McWin, a artist formerly known as Penguin now going by Dead Zone. A Neptune is recently coming back from Call of Duty, now wants to compete in Halo as a professional player. He was a part of that Renegades roster, and then obviously so was APG. So you can have the original Renegades roster, or even, for example, like maybe if maybe Penguin is going to Optic Gaming, I think a fantastic option is still a Collect or a Tapping Bunch, or even a Suspector who literally you were just teaming with as far as McWin, the captain of this new potential Native Renegades roster. Again, just theory crafting here. No proof just yet. And by the way, Native Red, we did know that Soulstipe and Suppress both said that they had teams already lined up. Don't want to forget about Soulstipe at all. He's actually just won the free for all literally just today. So shout out to Soulstipe. On top of that, we're going to take FaZe. I'm going to take FaZe off of the table World Championship roster. I think everybody's trying to make a team really to beat FaZe. Couldn't imagine a world where they end up changing out a player on their roster, at least in my opinion. Shopify Rebellion. Obviously, Shopify sounds like they have money. I don't freaking know. I don't watch with pockets like that. But they do have a roster spot available after Ryan after they announced that Ryan was no longer with the team. I can see a world where Rain steps in that IGL role. Always talk about how he's one of the more underrated players in the league, and people talk about his strength, his specialty being his communication. He stepped into that IGL role that Ryan was once in, Mental and Psycho, just young guns that put in the work. Maybe APG joins that roster again. Is it possible? Sure. Is it the most probable area that he lands in? Maybe not. Again, just theory crafting. And we talked about even Sentinels, for example. We talked about them wanting to stay together as a team and come back next season and try to compete again. But again, who knows? There's been a lot of movement since then, and maybe those promises or maybe those words, were they meant something? They really meant the truth back then, but maybe there's a chance that they make a change. I could see a world with APG join Sentinels. Sure, why not? Again, really interested to see exactly where it ends up, maybe a complexity or more, but either way, what we do know is that APG pretty much has found a permanent home. We just don't know where that is. Let me know in the comments down below where you guys think he's going to. Do you guys think you see a Native Gaming or a Shopify Rebellion, or do you see a powerhouse even like SSG picking them up? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.